Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Julian Grace. We want you to take a look at this scene right here. This happened in Apex this morning. Police say a suspect crashed a stolen tow truck into a business after he assaulted two people. There's more. This happened on Williams Street at around 9:30 this morning. That's where we find WRAL's Carly Haynes. She joins us there now. And Carly, what are the next steps the small business must take?
Well, Julian, police are here right now keeping a close eye on this business while the owner and others work to take out all of their inventory and block the outside, which once was completely open. This is what it looked like this morning right after this happened. A witness had told WRAL the suspect first assaulted a man at the nearby gas station, Circle K, who was trying to fill up, and they were wrestling on the ground. That victim had a truck, so this witness believes the suspect was trying to find a bigger vehicle. Apex police say the suspect ran away, then assaulted another person and stole a tow truck from Apex Inspection Center. That's when they rammed the vehicle into this shop. The store sells coins and guns. This shop was scheduled to be open today, so had someone been inside at the time, they could have been killed. So we're so fortunate that nobody was in there that police could see. They did a whole investigation as well. They charged the suspect with strong arm robbery, assaults, larceny, and injury to property. Carly Haynes, WRAL News, live in Apex.
Very frightening moments out there today. Okay, we know you felt the chill today, right? And you want to bundle up tomorrow morning as well. You might also want to consider an umbrella. Meteorologist Anthony Baglione, he joins us now in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with a look at our rain chances for tomorrow. Anthony.
Julian, we're going to have a system get really close to us, and it's going to kind of skirt the western parts of our state, and there may be a little bit of moisture that starts to kind of work its way out of this system. Here's where we sit right now, though. Big area of low pressure back to the west, bringing some rain across Tennessee. It has been a mess in portions of Iowa with an ice storm pushing through. What we are expecting, though, let's time this out on Futurecast. We start off right about now looking really good. I'm going to leave this on the wide view across the state. The rain and even some freezing rain actually starts for the mountains. We are expecting nothing in the form of any wintry weather, but you see some of that starting to show up for a place like Boone. Our morning is dry, though, so if you're headed out for breakfast, for church services, you will be okay. No rain is expected at that point. I do think this particular model is a little bit underdone tomorrow afternoon. We could see some very light rainfall. If you have plans, I would not change them around or cancel them at this point. This is going to be kind of some nuisance rain coming through. Pretty light coverage, though, overall. Winter weather advisories, though, out across the mountains there, Juliana. We're going to go over this system much more in detail and talk about a huge, big-time temperature warm-up on the way coming up here in just a few minutes.
Warm up. I'm all ears for that. Thanks, Anthony. We will see you in just a little bit again. Well, Raleigh police made an arrest in a deadly shooting. 46-year-old Glenn Strickland, shown right here, is charged with murder. Police say a man walked into Wake Med a little after 10 Thursday night with serious injuries. He later died. Investigators say the shooting happened on Mangum Street. An arrest warrant identified the victim as Christopher Branch. An early morning shooting in Fayetteville left one person dead. It happened on Amanda Circle just after 4 in the morning. Police say the shooting victim was found in the road and taken to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center, where they died. Police say the shooting was not random. We will continue to ask for additional details as we update this story.
Right now in the WRAL Live Center, ABC News has settled a defamation lawsuit with President-elect Donald Trump. Now, Trump had sued the network and anchor George Stephanopoulos for something he repeatedly said during an interview. He had said that Trump raped E. Jean Carroll. Now, a jury did find Trump guilty in a sexual abuse case against her, but the alleged assault is not legally defined as rape. ABC News will pay Trump $15 million plus an extra $1 million to cover legal fees and also issue him an apology. Back to you.
Well, there's a significant construction project starting tomorrow on I-40 near Garner. From time to time, it will shut down the interstate completely at that spot. So take a look at this map right here. DOT contractors will begin a series of overnight closures along a section of the interstate for bridge work. Now, each night, tomorrow through Thursday, crews will close 2 lanes of I-40 West near US 70 at 9 p.m. That's exit 309. Then around 10 p.m., all lanes will be closed until 5 the following mornings. Detours will be posted, but the DOT encourages drivers to plan ahead and use caution when traveling in this area. Today, the town of Chimney Rock reopened for one day to celebrate Christmas. How about that? More than 2 months after Helene, since the storm hit in October, the mountain town has been recovering and rebuilding. Visitors were able to support businesses and see the progress made from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. today on Main Street. Christmas in Chimney Rock featured all kinds of activities. Guests were encouraged to adopt a shop to help the community rebuild. What a great idea. North Carolina officers are getting ready to begin the last holiday Booze It and Lose It campaign of 2024. That campaign starts Monday and runs through December 31st. Local and state law enforcement will have more patrols to enforce impaired driving laws. The campaign will also feature increased public messaging about the dangers of impaired driving. The Tar Heels introduced this guy today, their next head football coach. Former Patriots head coach Bill Belichick was welcomed by Carolina fans at today's men's basketball game, and he was joined by four-star quarterback Bryce Baker, securing his commitment to Carolina. Belichick called Baker his first recruit for UNC. More than 3,300 NC State students turned the tassel this morning. Congratulations. We're excited about this story. The university held its fall commencement ceremony at the Lenovo Center in Raleigh this morning. A global leader in emerging technologies delivered the commencement address. Rashida Hodge is a two-time NC State alumni. She's currently a corporate vice president at Microsoft. Her message focused in part on what success actually means.
Curiosity is the engine that makes reality out of a life you once could only imagine. It leads you down the path of trying, of figuring it out, and seeking and finding new answers. When you are no longer limited by what you've known or where you've been, your life becomes limitless. You engage life from a place of curiosity rather than fear.
Wow, great words right there. This semester's graduating class represents 52 countries in 39 states. It includes 419 first-generation students, 61 veterans, and 455 international students. UNC Chapel Hill is holding its winter commencement tomorrow afternoon. It starts at 2 in the Dean Smith Center. Dr. Shelton Shelley Earp will deliver the commencement address. He's a longtime member of the UNC School of Medicine faculty and the former director of the UNC Comprehensive Cancer Center. Stores in Chapel Hill that sell UNC sports merchandise are getting ready for new shipments of Chapel Hill Bill apparel. People we spoke with at Classic Carolina believe once it arrives, it will be flying off the shelves.
I think the sales will definitely go up. We've had a lot of customers come in this week asking for his merchandise, so we're just really excited to finally get it here.
Excited, very excited for the merch. In particular, the cutoff hoodie will be great. I think just Bill Belichick in general for UNC is going to be amazing.
Now, there is no doubt you'll be seeing Chapel Bill clothing all over the Triangle in the coming weeks and months. What a great Christmas gift for some. That's if you're a UNC fan, right? Well, thousands of spectators descended upon downtown Durham today, all of them ushering in the season with the Durham Holiday Parade. Still ahead, we have a live look at some of the festivities, or I should say a look at some of the festivities earlier today. Plus, the Raleigh Dream Center spread some joy today with a gift distribution. How they were able to support thousands of children in our community and help others in Western North Carolina. And Saturday Night Live is all new tonight. After WRAL News at 11, comedian and SNL alum Chris Rock, that's right, he will be there with musical guest Gracie Abrams. Welcome back. Did you see all of these smiles today? In Durham, a tradition 8 decades strong marched right down Main Street this morning. The Durham Holiday Parade brought joy to thousands of spectators and hundreds of participants. WRAL's Eric Miller has the story.
Sound the horns and jingle the bells. Christmas is marching into Durham.
The community members and the schools and then to get to see Santa at the end is a lot of fun.
The WRAL team had all the angles on the Durham Holiday Parade.
We've got you covered from the ground and in the air.
Hosts Ken Smith and Ashley Rowe joined by more familiar faces from the WRAL family.
It's cold out here, but it's a very warm crowd, a great time.
At the helm of this year's celebration, Parade Marshal Wanda Page, Durham City Manager, retiring after 37 years with the city. Also on display, exotic dance, classic cars, and some of Durham's favorite mascots.
Wool-E Bull. Today he is Wool-E Claus.
The parade, a chance to make new memories.
I wanted to, have a new experience with my son and kind of show him the joy of Christmas.
Or a chance to remember old ones.
I remember as a kid myself coming, my mom and dad bringing me and having a good time. It's this particular time of year, everybody needs some joy in their life.
Rounding out the celebration, the Durham Fire Department and Santa Claus. Old St. Nick trading his reindeer for a horse-drawn carriage.
The reindeer are in a barn in Cary, and you know what? They're teaching the horses how to play reindeer games.
This crew keeping the magic alive in the Bull City for another year. Eric Miller, WRAL News.
Oh, what a great time. Congratulations to Wanda Page again for her retirement. But that wasn't the only big parade in the Triangle today. The 43rd annual Cary JC's Christmas Parade drew crowds to downtown, I should say, this afternoon. The event included bands, mascots, and local businesses and community groups. There were other big attractions as well.
Santa. Hot chocolate.
We love spending time with family. We love the bands because we were marching band people. We love just being all together and being out in the cold today. It has been a great time.
The WRAL float was in that parade too, along with Deborah Morgan, Gerald Owens, Renee Chu, and Kat Campbell. There they are right there. Now, Santa made an appearance as well. We were proud to stream the Cary Parade live on WRAL.com this afternoon. The town of Knightsdale hosted its annual Christmas parade this morning as well at Knightdale Station Park and First Avenue. More than 60 performers and organizations came together to celebrate the winter holiday season. Special guests included Congresswoman Deborah Ross, Knightdale Mayor Jessica Day, State Representative James Robinson, Judge Julie Bell, and the Knightdale Town Council. And of course, Santa was there as well. The Fayetteville Rotary Club also held its 25th annual Christmas parade today. And there it goes right there. The Raleigh Dream Center distributed more than 3,000 gifts today as part of their Adopt a Block program. 175 volunteers went out to all 16 locations to hand out the presents. 1,000 of the gifts were shared with the sister Dream Center in Western North Carolina. The Yates Mill chapter of Daughters of the American Revolution hosted the Cary's Wreath Across America event today. Volunteers laid wreaths at Hillcrest Cemetery. Local scout troops, representatives of the U.S. Armed Forces, Cary High School JRTC cadets, and local veterans helped out. Cary was one of more than 4,600 locations that participated in Nation Wreaths Across America Day. Anthony, bringing you back into the discussion. It was chilly today, but in the Great Plains, they are dealing with something that we do not want to see here.
Yeah, they've been dealing with a big ice storm, Julian. In fact, I saw some reports coming out of Iowa of half an inch of ice. And of course, we have I-80 that runs straight through Des Moines. In fact, that was where I went to school, up in Ames, Iowa, right there at Iowa State. They're dealing with, like I said, with several tenths of an inch of ice potentially. It's starting to wind down, but they may see about a tenth of an inch additional of ice. 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, just not a good situation out there. What we are dealing with, though, in our mountains, we do have winter weather advisories out, looking at about a tenth of an inch of ice or less. They're also looking at a wintry mix, I should say, here into tonight and tomorrow. We're not expecting any of that across our viewing area, but I want to talk about here where this system is headed and what it could potentially bring us through tomorrow. Here's a look, though, at that. You can see a big old warm front right there, cold front back to the west, bringing all of that rain, that moisture in the middle. The ice is up there on the northern part of that warm front. What happens is the warm air kind of spills over the colder air, and it kind of just creates some of that moisture that they're out there seeing with that ice. Here is Futurecast, though, across the state of North Carolina. So we, of course, like I said, not dealing with any ice in our neck of the woods, but we start to see some rain getting closer. There is a look at midnight tonight. Approaching the mountains, it starts to work through the mountains, and you see some of that turning into that pink and that blue. That would be a wintry mix that's starting to form. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, though, you notice we are still mostly dry. This model, I do think, is overdone with any coverage. I think we're still going to be dry at that point. But watch what happens as we go through the afternoon. Again, talking some wintry mix across the mountains. We pause this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Models, I'll just be fully honest with you, are all over the place. I think this is the one that is doing the best job with handling this. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, some very, very light rainfall. This is not going to be a big rainmaker coming through, but it's enough where, let's say you're headed to the grocery tomorrow afternoon or just planning your Sunday afternoon. You may want to toss the umbrella in the back of the car, have the umbrella just in case you get in some of that. It is not going to be a lot. It's just more so showery, kind of nuisance rainfall coming through. 6 o'clock in the evening, we still may have a few of those areas of rain hanging around. The other big story for us tomorrow, our temperatures are going to be all over the place because of what we call, it's called a cold air damming setup. It's basically cold air that gets kind of pushed across the mountains or kind of funneled toward the mountains, and it keeps us locked in the middle of that in some chilly weather. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there's a look at our high temperatures. We may be at 44 there in Roxborough, but you head down toward Clinton at 62. There's going to be a very wide range around the triangle. I would say generally about 51, 52 or so, similar to what we saw today, just a couple degrees warmer than that. We, of course, have the Cowboys playing at the Panthers tomorrow. This is the Charlotte forecast. Starting off just fine there about 10 o'clock. There may be some scattered showers coming through later on during the game. No severe weather, no wintry weather, but it may be just kind of a raw day there with temperatures in the 40s. And again, just those spotty showers coming through. Look at what happens, though, as we get into next week. Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday, we may be rivaling record temperatures. The record 73. The record Wednesday is 78. So not quite there. Much, much warmer weather coming through, though, and that also comes with a cold front bringing more rain chances. And then typical for us, Julian, next weekend, we're back in the 40s.
Wow, that was quick, short-lived. All right, thank you, Anthony. Guess who's with us? Lewis and Lewis, there has been a lot of excitement in Chapel Hill right now.
Yeah, so much so they're talking about football at the Dean Smith Center. He's a four-star quarterback, the #1 player in the state of North Carolina, and on Saturday, he spent the day in Chapel Hill. We tell you why Bryce Baker says he's playing for the Tar Heels in college. That's coming up in sports.
And another reminder, a donation to the WRAL Coats for Children campaign could make all the difference for families in need this winter. We encourage you to donate gently used coats, hats, sweatshirts, or other warm clothing to support families in need. For a list of neighborhood Jiffy Lube drop-off locations or to make an online donation, please visit WRAL.com/coats.
Now, we mentioned Bill Belichick appearing at the Smith Center earlier in the newscast. This guy standing next to him right here, that's four-star quarterback Bryce Baker. He announced today he will stay committed to UNC after the team's coaching change. Baker is the #4 dual threat passer in the class and the top-ranked player in the North Carolina in the class of 2025. Baker was originally committed to UNC under Mac Brown. He told ESPN he and Belichick spoke on the phone on Thursday night, and the coach's pro-vision for the program stuck with him. Let's stay in the Smith Center. UNC basketball playing LaSalle. Roy Williams watches the team come out. UNC still trying to course correct after a tough stretch of 4 games. Seth Trimble and one. He had 10 points in this one. The Belmont transfer Cade Tyson was the story. Cade Tyson 3 here. He had 8 makes and 24 points for the entire season. Today he had 23 points on 9 makes, 5 of 10 from 3. Elliot Cadeau had 7 assists. Here are 2 points. And Cade Tyson recapping his great day with a slam dunk coming up on this play. Had to feel good for him and for Carolina. They get this win 93-67. All right, let's go ahead and turn to NC State and Kansas. Not a good start for the Wolfpack in this one. Zeke Mayo, 4-3. He had a huge game for Kansas. They were up 15-0 early on in this one, but the Wolfpack battle back. Ben Millbrooks gets position, cut the lead to 7 in the second half. But Hunter Dickinson was too much. 21 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists in this game. And ultimately, the Jayhawks, they just could not be stopped. They beat the Wolfpack 75-60 in Fog Allen. This week's winner of the Tom Suter Extra Effort Award is all over Cleveland High School and all over the North Carolina record books. WRAL's Brian Schrader has more.
Cleveland is Ram country. For senior Jackson Bird, it's home.
It's a hard-working community. We come out here and put work in everything we do, as academics or athletics.
Bird grew up in Cleveland.
His dad was the principal here, and he always wanted to be the Cleveland quarterback, and had his mindset on doing a lot of things that he's done.
Bird is just the 11th player in NCHSAA history to pass for 10,000 career yards. He officially signed this month to play at East Tennessee State.
I just always take my best step forward. I always give 110% in everything that I do.
That includes the classroom. He's graduating early with a 4.0 GPA. He always does his best to be front and center, even if that means moving desks.
After class, Jackson came up to me and asked if he could move to the front. And of course, I laughed because I thought he was joking. Most kids don't want to sit in the very front. They want to get moved to the back. He is the type of kid where you expect to do great things in life. It's not going to be a surprise no matter what path he chooses.
Underneath that helmet is a really hard worker and someone that's done everything the right way and taking no shortcuts to his success. And the day-to-day process is big to him, and he's earned everything that he's gotten.
And that's why Jackson Bird is this week's winner of the Tom Suter Extra Effort Award.
And that's going to do it for sports, Julian.
Hey, congratulations, Jackson. 10,000 yards, but more impressive, a 4.0 GPA as well. Very impressive. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you later this evening. Have a good night.